Introducing the new ONGA ginger, onion and garlic powder seasoning. ONGA.
Catching it firstly, that's the way it was. Happened so naturally, didn't I know it was love. The next thing I know was you holding me close. I did not know what to do, I let myself go. And now we're flying to the sky, and all this night will last forever. Say, ain't nobody loves me better, so better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better than you. I first you put your arms around me, then you put your charms around me. I hope this is a sweet surrender. Oh, my life's a warm and tender. You stare into each other's eyes and love to see the no surprise. Got to feel it most we treasure, and a love to give we cannot measure. Ain't nobody loves me better, makes me happy, makes me feel this way.
We're back again doing what we do best, and that is bringing you the best Nigeria has to offer when it comes to culture, wellness tips, health, cuisine, and of course, top-notch entertainment. All this and so much more is brought to you by no one else but ONGA, Mama's Helping Hand.
A little helping hand will go a long way to get your meals tasting really delicious. So season your cooking with ONGA for that delicious taste and irresistible aroma that will get your loved ones looking forward to mealtimes.
ONGA.
Welcome back. On Ongacious, it's all about music, dance, interesting tips and discussion on lifestyle and wellness. We bring Nigeria closer to you as we showcase and celebrate our rich cultural diversity and our mouth-watering cuisines. And we don't just stop there. We show you how these delicacies are made in the Ongacious way. If you've been following the show, you know it's that time when we get up, get our bodies moving. So let's see what we have for you today on our aerobics and fitness workout.
Style of dance I do is called Nigerian urban dance style. Nigerian urban dance style is a dance that I created, and creating that dance style, I just thought of me creating my own steps. And the reason why you should do this dance is because one thing about dancing is also equal as sports. You're basically enjoying what you're doing because there is a song going on. It might be your favorite song that you love listening to. So once you play it and dancing, you're enjoying yourself and not knowing you're burning calories, not knowing you're keeping fit.
They looked like they were having fun.
It was lots of fun.
The jumping.
Those kids, they're just full of life at the Society for the Performing Arts. They're dance trainees, and they just spend the whole day dancing. They're learning how to dance professionally, but they're also having fun, and then people can join in if you can keep up with them.
Is the keeping
and it's
up?
A great workout. Yeah.
I didn't see you there.
I did a few moves and I just decided to watch. They're a joy to watch, actually.
There are people around who say, since they're drugs, most of them over the counter, available at affordable prices that they can take to keep them fit and trim, what's the use of exercise?
Well, exercise isn't just for keeping fit and trim. There are so many things that exercise can do that the drugs cannot do. For instance, the aerobic workout is a cardiovascular workout. It helps you keep your heart healthy, and drugs can't do that. Drugs can't help you, strengthen your bones, your muscles, your joints, you can't get that from drugs. And another thing is that buying some of these drugs over the counter, they have side effects. You shouldn't ideally take drugs that you don't need. And of course, the fun, you can't get all that fun and smiling and laughing and, enjoyment from just taking drugs.
So, but most people would say, oh, I'm going to an aerobics class, I'm taking exercises, I'm going jogging, walking, because they want to trim down the excess fat.
Yeah.
Now, these drugs that, peddle the idea that...
They can, but like you've said, people should realize that it's not only about, keeping fit and trim. There's so many other things that are important. Because one is trim or in shape doesn't mean that they're actually healthy. They can have health problems. And some of those health problems are things that exercise, workouts, dance classes can, address. So whenever we're trying to keep in shape, we should keep in mind that it's not just about how you look on the outside, but it's also important how you feel and how your body is functioning on the inside. And that's where exercise is superior to just taking slimming pills or diet pills.
Someone just learned something new.
I hope so.
Ongacious will be right back.
A little helping hand will go a long way to get your meals tasting really delicious. So season your cooking with ONGA for that delicious taste and irresistible aroma that will get your loved ones looking forward to mealtimes.
ONGA.
Today we're going to be talking about acne. I'm sure everyone has had one or two pimples or spots, growing up. I did, definitely. And we have an expert in the house with us today, Dr. Funmi Ajose, who is a dermatologist, to discuss acne with us. Can you tell us what acne is, ma'am?
Acne is a skin condition that we also call pimples. It is an inflammatory skin condition. It's the commonest skin condition all over the world because it occurs in children, in adults, and even in old age. It occurs throughout life. 80% of the world population must have had acne at one stage in their life.
Why does acne appear most often in teenagers?
Yes, that is when it starts, because a teenage is when the hormones start to develop. That's when in both boys and girls, the androgens start to be released.
Okay, so how can one prevent or control acne?
If we think that blockage of the oil gland is what is causing the problem, then we give something that will unblock the oil gland. And if we think that the person has excessive infection, skin infection, which may present like pustules and boils, then we give antibiotics.
At what age do people stop experiencing acne?
Over 40, some still continue to have acne, but they are in a minority. And in fact, a fewer number still continue to have acne until their 60s.
Is it harmful to squeeze your pimples?
it is indeed harmful. It is harmful to squeeze blemishes because when you are squeezing the acne spots, you are encouraging rupture of the oil gland under the skin, and that will generate inflammation and infection.
Thank you very much for this beautiful session. Thank you.
My pleasure.
These topical creams, the fades, you know, the steroidic ones and all those, how effective can they be? Because you find someone with adult acne. I am one of those people who experiences that. And I would get recommended a cream that I would use religiously for about a month, 2 months, 3 months, with nothing to show for.
For acne, it depends on what's causing it. If the cause is, you know, topical, maybe some bacterial infection or excess oil, then most of those topical creams would work. That's those prescribed by somebody who knows how to treat acne. Because not every cream prescribed will actually work unless someone who is very conversant with the care of acne recommends it for you. But sometimes the problem is hormonal, especially in people who are older. If you're over 30, chances are that the acne is caused by some hormonal imbalance. And in that case, a topical treatment will not take care of it. They'll probably need to do like some hormonal tests and maybe give some oral medications that would regulate or control the amount of hormones, the balance of hormones in the blood.
What is the first thing to do should you discover that you're prone?
Well, the first thing to do would be proper skincare. Make sure you have, you use a soap that helps to control oil, and also you wash your face regularly, maybe twice a day, morning and night. And then of course you may need to have some medications. You may need to see a skin specialist like a dermatologist to recommend some regular use products that will help to control the acne. All right.
Okay, if you're like me, please heed the words of the good doctor and Folake. Ongacious will be back after these messages.
We want it tasty, we want it creamy, we want it nourishing. Oh, well, cowbell evaporated milk, nourishing my body.
You love your milk deliciously creamy with all the goodness of Vitarich. That's how we've made the new Cowbell Evaporated Milk. Cowbell Evaporated Milk. Evaporated just for you.
Welcome back. We have Mrs. Buki Adeyemi.
Yes.
You're very, very welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
She is here to discuss parental involvement in a child's education. Most parents feel, I have paid your school fees, I have done my bit. Why is that, and is it proper?
That's what we go through with most parents outside in this part of the world. But paying school fees is just the very minimal part of getting involved in your child's education. You pay school fees, yes. Are you sure your fees are being used optimally? Are you sure what you paid for, you're getting it if you don't get involved? The school told you they're working on a curriculum or they are working on a scheme. There's a scheme they use. We have a lot of schools saying now they do British, American, Nigerian. So if you're not involved, how would you know exactly? What's the proof that they're actually using this form of education? So I think paying school fees is good because schools need the fees to run, yes. But then getting involved and making sure the schools do what they're said to be doing is very important too. And when you're involved too, you give your child a sense of feeling that, yes, my school, my education is important to my parents. A parent is a child's first teacher. So you're telling the school to help me in raising this child. Let's raise this child together.
What are the things that parents can do, practical things, to make sure that they're more involved in their children's education?
Most schools these days, I'll say most good schools, they have different parent activities to get the parents involved, not without the parents knowingly feeling compelled. They're having fun, they're getting involved. I'll stay first. Get to know your child's teacher. The school told you she has certain qualification. Find out without necessarily intruding.
Right.
You know, just create a conversation with the child, with the teacher. Know if she's got the stuff she's claimed to have. And then we have parent evenings in some schools when you come in with other parents, maybe after work, tea time, network, get to know. Then we have parents open days,
Right.
where you also come into the school, look at the curriculum, look at the work, and then we have parent-teachers conference, which I say every parent must attend, no matter how busy you are. This is where you see what your child is doing in class. The scheme from week 1 to the 12th week, what the child is doing, the strengths, the challenges, where you can work together. We're partners in raising our children. It's not just a school. Also, we have PTA meetings, which is very important. The school is there to help you raise your child. We need your input. Don't leave everything to the school to do.
There are parents that are genuinely busy. Is it okay, and does it serve for you to have a proxy, your nanny, your cousin, a lesson teacher, a tutor, to be involved instead of you in that your child's education?
Well, it's sad that parents are very busy. Yes, we all know that, but you must find time. I always say it, you must find time. Yes, lesson teachers are good because you probably won't be able to give all the time the lesson teacher would give. And nanny is there to maybe change your child, send the child to bed at night, but you must find time. If you're busy all day during the week, make your Saturday mornings, go through all the school work the child does, or even the lesson teacher. Lesson teachers make mistakes. Go through what the teacher has done with your child, talk to your child, communicate, find out who's your best friend in school, what's your favorite subject at school, what do you like to do best in school, why do you like your school, what do you like about your school, who is, get to know. It doesn't have to be formal, it can be very informal. Also, one thing that is very important, we don't get to do it again because of the way this world is now, very cosmopolitan, everybody is busy, but it's very important that we read to our children. I always say to parents in my school, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, especially when they are learning to read, because it develops the interest of reading, and then it takes them into an imaginary world. So the books you read to them are the ones when you read a book, you imagine you're inside that book.
Yes.
It's like you're watching a movie to them. So you don't have to read the old chapter or the old book. You can say to your child, I work late, I come in a bit late. It might be something that the child is waiting on for you to come in and tuck him or her into bed and read that 5 minutes or 10 minutes story time. And then while reading, you get to know new words. You learn it with your child. Mom, what's this word? Oh, this is what does it mean? You tell your child, okay, make an example with it. Give me a sentence like that. She's learning her vocabulary. She's developing. You're learning together. You're building confidence in your child. And you're getting to know exactly what she's learning in school. So
Wow.
I could go on and on.
Yeah. Wow. It's been amazing talking to you.
Very, very interesting.
And very informative.
Yes.
I'm sure parents have picked up quite a lot.
I know. My children's school has something called Teacher's Day Off. Parents get to come and replace the teacher for a whole day. And that has helped with a lot of parents and myself in bonding with our children and knowing the kinds of things that our children are taught in school. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
There you have it. There's no excuse in not being involved in your child's education. After all, you're paying the money. You should know what you've invested in. Ongacious will be back after these messages.
Here comes the sun. La, 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 la. Bright sunny day. La, 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 la.
The taste and aroma of top tea can leave you feeling good and ready to go, just like sunshine. Top tea also comes in ginger, lemon and lime, and pure black tea. So go ahead, take a sip, and feel the sunshine in every cup.
Top tea, big bags of flavor.
Welcome back to Ongacious. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, We have our guest cook with us today, and her name is Vivian.
Yes.
You're welcome to the show, Vivian.
Thank you very much.
So cooking, what's fun about that?
I enjoy cooking. I don't see it as work. And I have been doing it for years now. I think over 20 years now.
Wow.
I cook.
Is it a job for you?
No, it's not a job.
Okay.
I'm a wife, a mother.
Okay.
So I make sure there is food on the table for my family every time of the day.
What do you do for fun anyway?
I play badminton with my family.
Nice.
And I do this jumping rope. I enjoy it a
Skipping.
lot to keep, skipping, to be in shape. And I go out to watch movies with my family. That's
Sounds
what I
like
do.
fun.
Yeah,
Okay, so the main reason you're here is to cook for someone.
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our celebrity guest for the week.
Aha! Chineke no mego kwango benezege. Every day by day I just celebrate. Everything I do is just a benefit. I just want to say thank you to you. See I'm living like I get it just for my ghetto. Never forget where I come from. I want to. Oh na 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 na. I just want to say thank you to you.
You are very welcome to Ongacious, sir.
Thank you
It is
very
an honor to have you.
It's my pleasure, actually.
Before I go on, this is Vivian.
Yeah.
All right.
Vivian, meet Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. You know,
Very
ladies
welcome.
are so gorgeous.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Vivian is actually here for you.
Okay.
But before I throw it to her, I want you to watch something on that screen, sir.
Okay.
Archiving records posit that Nsukka was merely the name of the descendant, Asadu Ideke Alumona, which later became the headquarters of the British Communal Palace, with a population of just over 300,000 people.
Nsukka town is made up of 3 communities, Mpunano, Nru, and Ihowere.
Nsukka is an Igbo-speaking community, though its version is slightly different from that which is spoken in Enugu.
The way we dress is just like an Igbo man, like the one I'm putting on.
Nsukka has also produced eminent personalities who have contributed their own quota to the development of the eastern region and Nigeria as a whole. Some of them are Ayo Gweze and the former governor of Enugu State, Dr. Okwesilieze Nwodu. This semi-urban community also prides itself as being the host of the first indigenous university established after independence, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. It was established by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the first Nigerian president. A predominant Christian abode, Nsukka indigents are mostly Catholic adherents. It is worthy to note that most of the secondary schools in Nsukka are run by Catholic organizations. Nevertheless, the incursion of Christianity has in no way eroded the culture and tradition of the people of Nsukka.
We have a series of feasts.
There are 2 traditional events widely celebrated by the Nsukka people: the Omaibe Festival
is a festival with a masquerade. The masquerade is of various types. You have the very small one known as Wangwere, but very interesting.
The Omaibe Festival occurs every 5 years and would operate on every Oye Market Day. The New Yam Festival is marked with colorful display of cultural dances and lights, including roasting and toasting of new yams. The people of Nsukka have as a delicacy a number of nourishing meals. On top of the list is akpu.
We have onubu soup, that is bitter leaf soup, mostly used for eating akpu.
Okpa is another delicacy that Nsukka people enjoy. It is made from beans and can be eaten as a snack. It also goes well with corn grill, locally called akamu.
The nutritional value is also protein. The vegetable in it also add vitamin.
Nsukka people are a reserved lot who take pride in looking inwards for self-sufficiency. From their food to their way of life, they believe in maximizing what they have. So next time you find yourself in this hilly town, order yourself a nice bowl of akpu with bitter leaf soup. Wash it down with a cup of palm wine.
That is home, sir?
Yes, that's my home. Yeah, very well. As a matter of fact, that was the place I was brought up.
Oh.
So I trekked those roads, to my school.
Wow.
And I was educated in University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. That was the first school that I made. That university is like maybe a kilometer or so from my house.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my home.
Wow. Vivian.
Yes.
You're just looking down. Don't you want to say anything to Mr. Kenneth?
I am. I'm starstruck.
I'm starstruck too, but I'm...
Okay. It's my pleasure meeting you, sir.
Thank you.
I've been watching you on TV. You are one of my favorite actors in Nollywood. So I thank God meeting you today.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. You're welcome, sir.
So she has refused to tell you, but Vivian cooks beautifully.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm here to make you a sumptuous meal, by the way.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And joining her in the kitchen, of course, will be Falake. She'll be assisting.
All right, that's good.
So then you and I will sit down and we will gist. That's the word I like to use.
I'm good.
So Falake, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, you want to learn how to make Ogbono soup the Ongacious way? We're going to go on a break. We will be back with Kenneth Okonkwo and a very, very excited bunch of people sitting in the audience.
Introducing the new ONGA ginger, onion, and garlic powder seasoning. Now you can give your fish, chicken, and beef the unique taste all in just one sachet. ONGA.
ONGA, Mama's helping hand.
We are in the Ongacious kitchen right now, and Vivian is here to make us some delicious Ogbono soup, Ongacious style.
That's it. I'm glad to be here. I'm here to cook the Ogbono soup for our celebrity guest, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo.
Awesome.
I have my ingredients here to prepare Ogbono soup. We have the Ogbono. We have stockfish here. We have the pomo. And we have onions here. And then vegetable. This is the ugu leaf. We also have salt.
Fish.
We have some dry fish here. We also have pepper, a grounded crayfish, and of course our ONGA seasoning.
Some red oil.
I'm not forgetting my palm oil as well. Okay,
So great. So we're ready for business.
Sure, we are.
Awesome.
Start with washing and then cutting.
So what are we doing with the pomo?
I'm going to wash the pomo and then put it in a pot and put it on the fire.
And boil.
And boil it with my stockfish.
Great. That's the stockfish here.
Yeah.
There's this native seasoning that's been very common as well. And in all languages, it has a different name, and that's the locust beans.
Yes, that's the locust beans, also called ogiri okpe. We use it in my place.
Okay.
It's not only a spice, an aromatic spice, but it's not just as a spice. It's also nutritional because the locust bean is a legume and it's proteinous.
So it has lots of vitamins. We've spoken about it so many times. And
so it gives your
it's
food,
very interesting.
Gives your food that aroma.
So for ogbono, you don't necessarily need to use that, do you?
I do use it.
Okay.
Yes, I do use it.
You can actually put some in the ogbono.
I will.
Okay, great. In the pot here. So that's awesome. Umi.
What's happening in the kitchen?
We're starting, and Vivian has taken us through everything that we need.
Okay.
So we're beginning to prepare, and very soon we'll start, perceiving those wonderful aromas.
It can't get any more perfect. As long as you're cooking in the Ongacious kitchen, you know something good is coming out.
Your food will be ready in a jiffy. I will.
She said it will be ready in a jiffy. So let's go.
You're welcome again.
Thank
you so much for joining us today.
I appreciate it.
I saw the smiles on your face when you were watching our little video. And I remember you saying your school, your university, all in Nsukka.
Yeah.
What are the best things about Nsukka that you remember from your childhood?
Basically, anybody from Nsukka can claim that you're blessed because you have the whole academic institutions from primary school to the university level. You can become a professor in Nsukka without visiting the next town. And so, and now Nsukka also is blessed. I think there's this kind of species of peculiar things about Nsukka in all things. If you pick our pepper, when we were young, we had the best kind of pepper planted right in the middle of our house. We call it Ose yellow. Maybe that's what they call Ose Nsukka. It's a kind of species that when you are cooking with it, automatically gives you the aroma that you want to appreciate. The whole world loves such things. Now, there's something that thrilled me when I was young. When I go to school, you can come to a tree just beside the road and you pluck your finger inside it and start eating honey. And so if you say that Nsukka is that land that is flowing with milk and honey, you wouldn't be mistaken. I ate the raw honey when I was growing up. When you wake up in the morning, right in your window panes, you will see bees laying honey just on your window panes. So growing up in Nsukka was quite beautiful. Basically, two things were germane to my heart. It was academic and it was entertainment. I loved to read. Everything around me was just using out learning. So I read, and after that, I love to relax. A man is bound to be tired after the day's work, hence the need for relaxation. So I was in all kinds of sports. Till today, I play football whenever you call me to do it. I play table tennis whenever you call me to do it. On the other sports, I would have to rehearse them before I can do it. But these two sports, I just play them. And Nsukka provided me the particular, environment to excel in these two areas. Watching this video actually made me feel very nostalgic because that's the environment.
Oh, you're clapping now. Let me tell you something you guys don't know. Your superstar here has 5 degrees. I I know you practice law. I
Yes,
don't want to
I do.
say on the side, and I do not want to say you act on the side. First of all, tell us about those 5 degrees, and then tell me, which is your real job, acting or law?
I read management first in the University of Nigeria. That's business administration. Then I read law, University of Lagos. Then I went to law school and was called to the bar. That's barrister at law. There are 2 different degrees. The other one is LLB. Then you can be a lawyer without being a barrister. It's when you go to law school and you are called to the bar. That's when you become a practicing lawyer. Then I had my master's in international law and diplomacy, and that's UNILAG. I was also educated in theology. That's in a Bible school. My doctorate is from the Institute of Chartered Economics of Nigeria. And so these are basically the broad areas. And I loved the universities that I went to. University of Nigeria is reputed as one of the best in Africa. And the law faculty of UNILAG is reputed as one of the best in Africa. And so I just, so these are about the degrees, and well, because I have this fortunacy to be the first actor that acted the first movie that started Nollywood. When we started it, we didn't start it with the impression it was going to be our profession, because there was no industry that was existing before then. So it was part of my hobby, not part of my profession. So when I stepped into the movie world, it was because I knew I was created to be an actor. Because I knew I had the talent inside of me. I never went to the School of Theatre Arts. I've never been educated in anything about acting. But from the time I was growing up, I just discovered that whenever I talk, people will be like watching me as if I am on the screen. And so I'm not taking acting out to my life. I took my life into acting. So that is me for you when you're watching me act. So when people were watching me from birth, the way I do my things, even the way I walk, since I was born, I've always been walking like this. So people were like telling me, you're going to be a very good actor. You're going to be this and that, this and that. And so it just got stuck.
Something you said. And something you didn't say. So I'm going to box you in a corner. But right now, hello, Mwasiso. What is happening? Talk to us, please.
We are Mwasisoing right now. But it's going well. We're boiling the meat, right?
Yes, we're boiling the
trying
meat.
to cut up all the veggies. We have our blended or pounded ogbono here.
Okay.
And all the fish. So the action is just about to start. So once
I'm interested in knowing what you did to that big, dry piece of fish, but I'm going to allow you guys to sweat it out in the kitchen while I quietly finish my talk with Mr.
But
Kenneth.
that moment, she wants to add our
yes, you can
special
attract my
thing
attention
into
then.
the pot.
Yes, but continue doing your work there.
Okay.
What's this all?
So as I was saying then, when I came to Lagos after my NYSC, I went into the production houses and told them I can act. And you go through audition. And each time I go to the audition, they will give me the best role available then, until we were invited during the Living in Bondage. And that was how we did the movie. All of us came for audition, and the man was like, wow, this is the kind of guy I had in my mind when I was writing the script. And that was how I was chosen to play the lead role in Living in Bondage. And because it became so successful, Nollywood was born, and then people started yearning for more, and we started supplying them the more, And a whole lot of people thought it was our profession.
Okay.
And he started,
Stopping you there for a moment.
Please do go ahead.
You're still boxing yourself more, and the questions I'm going to...
If I box myself in, I'll box myself out.
I am so excited. I am rambling and asking so many questions, which I will continue when we come back from the break. You're still watching Ongacious.
Introducing the new ONGA ginger, onion, and garlic powder seasoning. Now you can give your fish, chicken, and beef the unique taste all in just one sachet. ONGA.
ONGA, Mama's helping hand.
Welcome back. We are still in the Ongacious kitchen, and Vivian is right here making ogbono soup. So where are we, Vivian?
Right now, my pot is on the fire. I want to put some red oil, some palm oil, to dissolve my ogbono, and then I add my meat stock.
Great.
So that's what I'm about to do now.
And we've cut up all the veggies, all the pomo, everything is
and
ready.
the fish, the dry fish, the stock fish, everything is here.
Great, awesome.
Dejoru.
And well, thank you.
Okay.
That's the way you
just added my palm oil.
Okay, that's the palm oil?
Yes.
Great.
So I just allow it to steam a little bit, and then I add my ogbono.
So after it steams, we put in the ogbono.
Yes, the oil helps dissolve any ogbono that has.
Okay, because I was actually wondering that it's clumped up, but when you put it in the
Once
oil,
I put it in the oil, it
into a
dissolves.
paste.
Yes,
great, awesome.
That's right. Okay, I think it's time to.
Okay, so what next?
I'm going to add my pomo.
Okay.
So my meat.
And then we have the water, right?
Yes.
Let me get a spoon for you. Awesome.
Thank you.
So you can have some of the meat water there. So how long do you fry the ogbono?
It doesn't have to fry. It has dissolved already. So I'm going to add some of my meat water.
Wow. Wow. People are going to start getting really hungry now.
I can smell the ogbono cooking.
Yeah.
Falake, what's happening?
Yeah.
The soup is almost ready.
The soup is almost ready.
Almost?
Yep.
That is so good.
Just have like 5 more minutes.
I think she just wants to add the meat and the fish.
Okay.
And
into my soup and stir it.
Secret spice.
Our secret spice.
Okay.
And then we can come and start
why not
disturbing you at the table.
Yep.
Okay, I'll leave you to it, and I will whisper into Mr. Kenneth's ear here.
Okay.
You know, while she's still cooking, I want to ask you something. How do you balance your acting and your law practice?
You know, because one is a profession, one is entertainment. They go hand in hand. Law is very conservative. In law, you read whether you like it or not. Acting is entertaining. You relax with it. So when my brain is so busy, so jammed, so packed, then I just take a week or two in acting, do some very beautiful movies.
Sir, you make acting sound like the people who actually do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting the idea that acting is the hobby and law is the profession.
Yeah, even before the law, like I told you, I was trained as an executive gentleman, as in a manager trained. So I was working before the living in bondage. Yes, in a business firm.
Okay.
So all the courses I read, they are very conservative in nature. But acting now becomes the way to relax. So even till today, it's still my hobby, even though, you know, it gets me a whole lot of fortune.
Talking about relaxing.
Yeah.
What's your kind of music?
When I was growing up, actually, I loved a whole lot of all the brand of music. You know, reggae, you know, thriller. Then they would teach us how you will be singing and dancing at the same time.
Okay.
I told you my growing up was quite entertaining. But as I get more spiritual, more religious, more matured, I started loving more of cool music and music that has very strong message. You know, like I like Frank Edwards. You know, Mamai Okorobia Demma. You know, Nare Kele. You know that kind of. Then I love the African Queen. You know, by Two-Face Idibia, you know. Then of course, this young guy Fino that is just coming up. If you watch his lyrics, you'll discover that he's laced with a lot of meaning. One of it is like, "Oh God, you have made nobody somebody." You know.
You know, I do not understand what he says, but the mere fact that he's doing it in his indigenous language, I find that I respect him for it.
That's the highest point of living in bondage. The mere fact that it was shot in vernacular, in an African language, detailing an African story, shot in Africa by Africans. That is why no continent apart from Africa has stolen Nollywood. That foundation made it that the whole world knew that this is African.
I'm still dragging you back to music. Do you know why?
Yes.
I'm dragging you back to music. You have fans on that podium, on that stage, and they want to make you dance a little bit.
Okay, I thought I had done that.
No.
Okay.
No. If you can do it 20 times, we don't mind. It's you.
Oh.
Please.
Good.
Let's make Mr. Kenneth dance again. See, even me, I'm dancing. Yes, now.
My money, we take Colati. The boy not you go, we take Alati. Do not even mess with my connect. Years ago, I'll never forget it. Them see I no go far. I see them the local. I see them don't go boy local. We don't go local. They sing the alpha. They were them kuja, will be your supernova.
As you can see, our table is set and our food is ready, and as excited as I am that Kenneth Okonkwo is seated at our table, we are ready to dig in thanks to ONGA, Mama's Helping Hand. Vivian, Kenneth is hungry.
Okay, I'm done with cooking, so
Yes.
it's time to serve.
Yummy.
Okay, let me start with him, because he has done a lot of dancing.
Yes, he has. He's been a good sport about that.
Okay.
Well, it smells good.
It does.
you.
Quite exciting.
So,
So if I see an Nsukka person, I say, Dejo.
That's nice.
Wow, where did you learn that?
Just taught it to
But
And then they will
but-
just start rolling out the language. I'm like, wait, that's all I know.
That's all I know. Yes.
But from the way you would pronounce it,
They will know
they will
if
know you're
you're
not
an
from
indigenous or
Nsukka
not.
because
Yes.
it's unique.
Yes, there's an accent.
There's an
I
accent.
know.
It's very accented, yeah.
Yes.
But, you
Yes,
know.
sir.
Please
Wow.
begin.
Well, let's do short prayer.
Okay.
You know, Father, we thank you for blessing us with this food. We eat unto your strength and unto your healing in the name of Jesus.
amen.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
Good.
So there's water to wash your hands.
All
There
right.
you are.
Thank you. It's an honor.
You have cutlery.
You have cutlery? No,
Yes, I do.
Yes, I want to use my hand.
Please go ahead.
Right. Okay, you want
Someone
to use your
said my
cutlery?
younger is too much. That's
No, if I want to use cutlery, then it has to be knife and fork.
Okay.
to eat swallow, sir.
Yes, that's the normal thing. So if you have knife and fork, I don't mind.
No, don't worry. Let's do
I use
it
my
the
hands.
indigenous way.
This is
Enjoy
what we
it more.
did also.
Yes.
Yeah. Come and eat with me. Nice.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Very well.
You're smiling, sir.
Yes, I am.
We all want
ear
to
to
know what
ear.
you think about our soup.
It's really wonderful. I mean, if ONGA is responsible for this, everybody should think about going towards that. It's very Ongacious.
Thank you.
Nice.
Vivian, please tell Mr. Kenneth who is responsible for this.
ONGA is a special kind of seasoning that brings out the aroma in your food. And there are so many variants. There's the ONGA chicken, ONGA ginger and onions. There's the ONGA stew and the other cube, the ONGA chicken also. So I mixed some of them to get this special kind of taste.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're enjoying your meal, sir.
That's what I am.
That's it today on Ongacious. I have had a wonderful time talking with Mr. Kenneth. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Vivian, Ogbono soupe. Yes. Thank you so
also
much.
called
Thank you too for having me here.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Falake, let's eat, then we'll discuss.
Exactly.
You know what you're watching. We will be here next week for 1 whole hour of fun. Good night.